Perfect. We're back with episode number 4 of the ADSS Global Fast Track series. And we're your go-to ERP partner your business has been waiting for. And you're wondering what's ADSS? Well, here's my shameless plug, right? So 3 points. And number 1, we have been doing this since Ronald Reagan was president. And number 2, we got 100 plus sage consultants sitting around waiting for your call. And majority, over 90%, are accountants that also knows and speak technology. And we all know how rare that is. And lastly, our secret weapon is that we got an army of programmers that can get really fancy if you want to spice it up, right? Customize your ERP just like how you would customize your car, despite your wife telling you not to. And now today, I have the privilege to sit down with Chris Reeves, CEO of ZAP. How are you, Chris?
I'm well, thanks, Harvey.
Perfect. And if you could start off, Chris, by telling us, what is ZAP and what challenge do you solve for CFOs and businesses in general?
Fantastic, and thanks for having me this morning. It's 8 a.m. here, so you can see the sun's coming in. And I'm 2 coffees in. Yeah, we're in a different time zone, evidently. So at ZAP, we do ERP, data warehouse automation. So very quickly, a warehouse is all about structured storage in one place for easy access. And a data warehouse is just about that as well. So we do this for ERP data, but we also bring in the entire ecosystem of your data into one place so you can trust it. And then we have our own front end, or we have our own Excel add-in, or we are also very deeply integrated with Power BI so that you've got the reporting and analytics you need to run your business and drive the insights. We've also got Teams capabilities for sharing. And so what we end up with is a complete data platform. And so we meet you where you are. For example, maybe you start with trusted data in Excel. And then we are also a future-proofing option that really allows you to expand your business to have a complete data platform underpinning it.
Beautiful. Perfect. Because I was reading this story, Chris, from CFO.com, right, where it says, on average, right, North America, right, financial analysts spend around 75% of their week simply collecting and cleaning data, right, and only 25 remaining for true analysis, right? And obviously there are many, many BI tools, that promise to solve the issue, right? And what would you say are the things that set, ZAP apart from everybody else?
Yeah, so that's a fantastic lead in. Appreciate it. What we really differentiate ourselves on is trust. So I've come in and I've said that we do ERP, data warehouse automation. And I haven't said that we do reporting and analytics because they're downstream of data that you trust. So that's our identity. It's about trusting your data. And so our system automates the data warehouse, and we start with a pre-built data warehouse for all of our supported ERPs. And that's so that we put in the hard yards to give you that foundation, and then you can customize from there. But that foundation of our embedded expertise and our automation really ensures the trust. So if I were to give you one word in how we're different, it's our emphasis on trust.
Yep, that's key for our business as well, right? And business in general, right? And
completely.
On average, I think BI implementations, drags on, right, for 6 months or longer, right, and can cost on average upwards of $80,000. And in 2024, your team, took one of my Sage 300 clients from zero data warehouse to live boardroom-ready dashboards in a fraction of that time. I was really impressed, and I wanted to know, how did your team do that, and what should a CFO expect when they purchase ZAP?
So again, thank you for that great question. It boils down to our processes in terms of implementation. You have mature processes, but again, it does come back to automation and pre-built. So a lot of this is, once you get it right from our side, we can then share that expertise and it becomes cookie cutter, so you stamp it out. And from there, as you've noted, we've been able to have a fantastic implementation with Aldershot. And actually, can I expand on Aldershot now a little bit, if that works?
Sure, please.
Because one of the things that I find fascinating about being on the data side of the business is that it's so agnostic, or horizontal, if I say. So you get to meet and interact with so many different businesses. And so we were talking before that one of the businesses I had a conversation with was in the biscuit manufacturing, and as it is, Aldershot is in potted flowers. And so you get to really understand something different about each of these businesses. And so I was intrigued researching, and as it is, one of the biggest challenges with the potted flower industry is wastage. And so you may think that kind of goes without saying, but then it's apparently a higher wastage business than your cut flowers. And so that intrigued me. And the reason is that cut flowers tend to be cold storage for transfer. And so Aldershot, as it is, and I found that particularly interesting, it's very important that they are on top of their wastage, that it's all about velocity, and also they're just what's just as relevant to them as cut flowers. It's all about holidays, your Valentine's, your Christmas, and your Mother's Day. Let's never forget our Mother's Day. So it's interesting digging into to their business bit, and then you can also see the analytics that we've built with them really reflect these components: wastage, velocity, and holiday period. So they can actually see trends, which is what BI is all about, and then from that drive their business in the right direction.
Well, Mother's Day is coming up, and their CFO loves you guys. Right? Fantastic job, because they were looking for a way to revolutionize the way they report and see data, slice and dice data for a while. Right? They tried different things, and they finally found a solution that works for the business. So I love always having good partners around, right, that can really help our clients, get to that next stage. So, and let's spice it up, Chris. I want to do a little lightning round. One sentence each. No time to think. Right, just say whatever comes to mind. Right. So, number one, what's the biggest myth about BI you want to bust?
That it's bit hard and complex, because I think it simply boils down to being able to identify trends from visuals and dive deep. And that's all it is.
KPIs you personally watch every morning inside ZAP?
I go with the simplest, actually. To us, it's all about net. So it's not quite net profit on our side, because the key one I tend to look at, and I'm going past my sentence quota, is actually as your costs, and then played off against something else. But I would have to say that the simplest KPIs are often the best, and then you slice and dice them to the yin yang.
Yeah, keep it simple. Right. One feature on your future roadmap that will blow everybody's mind.
So you may expect me to talk about AI here, but I think that one's going to go without saying. So I'm not going to talk to AI. And of course, yes, there is a good conversation I'd love to pick up there. But I actually think the thing that I'm most excited about at the moment is the expanding capabilities of our Excel add-in, ZAP Live, and the fact that you've got this full BI capability, design capability that also does financial reporting in Excel. And so we're getting fantastic feedback about it. But what's coming, in answer directly to the question, is the further rich interactivity. For example, being able to drill through a cell in Excel back to our BI and ZAP Analytics or in Power BI, and also being able to build custom chart of accounts directly in Excel. So it's a build out of that capability that we're already on. I'm extremely pumped about.
Oh, I love Excel, even though I suck at it. I love it. But I want to thank you again, Chris, for your time, and we hope you can come back and join our show in the near future.
I'd love it. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thanks, Harvey.